All right, back for week 2 of OTAs. Good day out there, nice and cloudy, so good conditions. Red zone day, right? I mean, that's one of the big things about OTAs that we love, just to have situational football, get a lot of reps. So we got a lot of red zone reps today, and so I thought that was a good start for us. Obviously, you saw Andrew wasn't out there today. Same deal as last week. Just the calf strain. Calf strains are those kind of things. You just want to let those things go, or they'll nag you for a while. So we're just being precautionary there. And good practice today. I thought we made good progress.
Coach, what do you have to do to be a good red zone team? I mean, you have obviously guys like Funches, who's a big body, Ebron, who was great there last year. Is there something that sets apart good red zone teams from bad red zone teams?
Yeah, I think there's a number of things. I mean, number one, it starts up front. You got to protect the passer, and you want to be able to run the football. You want to be able to have some success. Usually when you look at the team statistically, I'm saying, is the teams that run the football down there, not the most, but run it effectively and have their share of rushing touchdowns. They usually are the teams that are among the leaders. But then you need really good quarterback play. You need really good quarterback play down there. We got that last year. If you look at Andrew's career, that was one of the things I looked at when I got here. I looked at what Andrew's career was on third down and red zone. He's been good in third down and red zone his whole career. We saw that last year. And then thirdly, you need playmakers. You need playmakers. You need guys like Ebron when we had last year, Ty. We get Funches this year. So, and then I think defensively, I'm really excited about what we do defensively and the way we approach, and I think we'll even I think we're going to take a big stride there defensively in red zone. We were just talking about out there as a team that we need to be top 10 in both offense and defensive red zone to get where we want to go.
Frank, do you think Andrew will practice this week, or is this something that'll linger into another week?
Not this week. We just kind of, it's such a short week, when you got the 3 days back to back to back, and so we'll just say, let's just reevaluate next week. No reason taking any chances.
You think he'll do something this spring?
Yeah, I would anticipate so, but, again, I personally have had that same issue, and it creeps. If you don't let it heal right, if you don't, and then you let it heal, it's fine, but if you start rushing it back and if you start feeling it, it's better to honor it, so that's what we're doing and just playing it safe.
Frank, what's he able to do working out wise? I assume he's doing everything that doesn't put stress on the calf.
Yeah, I mean, he's modifying all workouts, but still, Andrew, he's like the rest of our players. We're going to find ways to get better. He's going to find ways to get better. We're doing that in meetings and in his workouts. He's still doing all that stuff, and I know he's finding ways to do a little bit of throwing and some of that stuff as well. Just to get some arm work as well.
It seems like you're getting a lot of hands on the football out there from your defense. I know obviously you don't have Andrew, but are you seeing some opportunistic play right now, and what does that tell you maybe about the fall? Yeah,
I thought today, we did get a lot of hands on the ball. I thought probably today the defense you would say won the day today, if that would be fair. So that's good, and that's it'll go back and forth like that, and I thought they did a good job there. I thought they played really disciplined, and then made the plays that came their way.
There was, I think, a miscommunication between Jacoby and Funches today. What was your vantage point on that? Did you tell what happened?
No, I was actually down at with the O-line and D-line at that point, but probably just practice. Just that's the way things go out there. So I didn't think anything about it.
Are you a fan of Jacoby letting the receivers know when he's not happy?
Hey, we're a fan of pushing each other to get better. We always talk about, it's fair. We get, it's passionate out there. Everybody wants to do well. There's always a line we talk about, hey, we're pushing each other to get better, but we're never crossing over that line of disrespecting somebody else, So as long as we're in that, it's all good.
With the naked eye, based off last year and this year, what will we see differently from the O-line? Will it be noticeable?
There will be a few things, I don't want to go into some of the detail, but there will be a few things that will be noticeable with the way with certain techniques that we might use that will be slightly different. It's not completely different, just slightly. But for those of you guys who watch us all the time, I think you'll see it, and in both the run game and the pass game.
Why do you think your defense will be better in the red zone? And then I have a second question, so no, I jump in. But why do you think your defense will be better in the red zone?
I just think year 2 in the system and believing and trusting, in our red zone packages on defense. I felt Justin Houston's presence out there today. I mean, we got in the red zone. He got to the quarterback a couple times. So I think that's going to help. I think the depth that we've added. So, I think if we play good red zone coverage and play very disciplined and force teams to run it on us a little bit, we've proven that we're pretty good against the run. I just think we're going to be good there.
And then how did Andrew hurt himself?
Working out, yeah.
Frank, now that you've had a chance to see Rock in some live action here at the facility, what have been some of your impressions of how he's done so far?
He's long, tough, consistent. Doesn't appear like he's fit. When he gets beat, play the next play. High character guy, understands the techniques that we're asking him to play, and you can see him progressing. I felt like the first week he was a little bit more handsy, a little bit more grabby, and as time's going on, you can see the confidence coming with the way he's playing the technique.
We heard from Quentin last week. Has his music video made it into any team meetings yet?
Which one is that?
The one in the hot tub.
Oh yeah, no. I caught it. I don't think it's made it any of the current meetings. We all got our laughs out of that for sure. Pretty talented as far as I was concerned. I think we all enjoyed it.
What have you seen from Chad Kelly the last?
Chad's looked good. He's come in and he's picked up the system well. I think he's from what we saw at the rookie minicamp, he's progressed from there, and I think Chad shows to have a little bit of a knack and some instincts. He's made his share of mistakes out there, but I think he's certainly showing that he belongs out there competing.
So there's something there to
there's something
to
there.
see progress.
Yeah, I really do. I think he's progressed. I think you can see and now run him, with more plays. And we've run third downs and red zone. See how he handles that stuff, and I think he's handled it pretty well.
He's got a little bit of mobility, right? And how does that sort of mesh with what you do in your scheme? And are there ways that you can take advantage of a guy with that kind of skill set?
Chad?
Yes.
Yeah, no, Chad. I think Chad moves well, and I think he throws from, he can throw on the run. And then when he moves in the pocket, I think he's got some natural movement instincts and can deliver for the ball from different arm angles. So he's played a lot of football. He's played a lot of football for his age and, thrown a lot of balls. So I think he's not as athletic as Phil is. I mean, Phil is crazy athletic out there. He's a freak out there. But all of our quarterbacks have good movement skills.
Frank, with some of the guys, you made it very clear that with injuries, if it's anything, you err on the side of caution. You get some guys who are coming back from, Jack Doyle and Deion Kane. Are they progressing? Do you see them ready for camp, or what's the projection on those guys?
Yeah, well, I won't project, but I will say I'm really pleased with the progress. I talk to those guys all the time, and just talking to the trainers all the time, talking to the players all the time. I like to stick my head out there and watch when they're doing their work, to actually, it's one thing for me to read it on a report or to talk, it's another thing when I kind of get to watch part of what they're doing in rehab. And so I can see it with my own eyes that they're all making good progress.
What you saw last year in training camp with Deion Kane, you always hate to see guys get hurt, but did you sort of see something prior to him going down?
I mean, I think you guys know we were very excited about what Deion showed and how quickly he picked things up and the playmaking ability that he showed.
A couple times this offseason, you and Chris have both mentioned tweaks to the program that you guys have done this year. Are those tweaks noticeable? Can you share any of the things that maybe you couldn't implement last year?
No, I just think philosophically it's just growing. It's just more of this, more of the same, and just getting to the next step on some things, and building upon the philosophy and the principles that we want to build on.
Coach, what caught you more off guard, Luck at the disco or Quentin's video?
Definitely Andrew at the disco, yeah, for sure. Definitely Andrew at the disco.
Frank, when did you hurt your calf, and what did it do to how much time did you miss?
Several weeks, same thing, it was, I've done it a couple times, when I was playing, had an issue, just same thing, just had it working out, and bam, you feel it tweak, and and try to probably come back too soon, and then it feels like it doesn't, and then it takes longer to heal if you don't respect it at the start. So personally, I've learned that those calf strains are something that if you had to go out and play on Sunday, you could go out and play, but if you really want to take care of it, you let it heal. And so if we're in season, it's one thing, but when you're not in season, it's like, let's just get this thing right.
And given that he's coming off, I mean, he's had a whole year under his belt, but the shoulder stuff, is there any, building from the ground up, does that make you all more cautious than you even normally would be with a quarterback because of who he is and what he's been through?
I'd probably say, I wouldn't say we're more cautious. I'd just say it's just normal course of business, and we're really, he works so hard physically. I mean, he works so hard physically. So I'm just excited, everything upper body wise is obviously a 10 out of 10, and, just get this little issue behind us, and we'll be full speed ahead.